Welcome to another Founder Wisdom podcast with Julian Ivaldy, Julian Ivaldy in English. He's the co-founder of The Quest. He's also co-founder at The Secret Company. Gonna have a fun time talking about startups, AI, the startup ecosystem as well in France and everything in between. This podcast is brought to you by podpar.com. That is my podcasting company. If you want to get invited to pod, to start your pod, scale a pod, or even find sponsors for your pod, well, I can help you with that. So podcasts are quite amazing to learn, to give back to people if you believe in good karma, to generate leads, to generate a community, and even to generate clients. They're pretty much my definition of a flywheel. They encompassed all my life areas and my ikigai areas as well. So podpower.com if you want to start or scale a podcast. Julian, welcome to the pod. Can you tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays?
Okay, what's up, Charles? So thank you for the invitation. Yeah, so basically, I'm the co-founder of The Quest, previously The Secret Company. I've started this company with 4 friends 3 years ago, and we were basically a startup studio. So a studio that created around 5 to 6 startups every year, tech and digital startup. We have created SaaS, software as service, mobile apps, DNVV, e-commerce stuff, etc. And we were kind of searching ourselves and searching our business model behind it. We knew that together as 5 business partners, we were like very good at making ventures together with different kind of magical zone and leverage and skills, but we didn't know exactly what was like the game we were played. So after years of iteration and years of operation, we started to find our positioning, and our positioning is the positioning of training centers for entrepreneurs, inspired by sportive, high-level sportive training centers, gamify, remote, and basically we are going to help dropouts, dropouts people from 17 to 27 years old create their dream company with them during 1 year, helping them find the best idea that match their leverage, helping them market the product, market the business, helping them hire, find co-founders, etc. This is kind of a kind of school for entrepreneurship, but very like very exclusive. We are going to do this with only 5 to 7 entrepreneurs and projects every year. And behind everything that we're going to do to make the company grow, we are going to also give money to rocket the project. We are going to give between 100,000 to 200,000, but we will still have this kind of bootstrapping energy that we used during 3 years. So yeah, basically co-founding this with 5 partners and managing mainly the growth and product stuff in this training center.
Why is entrepreneurship like wave surfing?
Funny that you say this. I just like made a post about it, but I'm basically a surfer behind my entrepreneurship work, and I think there's a lot of link between surfers and entrepreneurs. One link I used to do, and one thing I used to say is that surfers are like entrepreneurs and waves are like business. And when you're a surfer, you can do you can take any waves you can at the end, but what will change based on your level, based on your experience, it's the best wave. Are you going to be able to choose the best wave to you, and are you going to be able to surf it the best way you can do? And it's one thing that is very similar on entrepreneurs. Everyone can create a business, everyone can have the perfect idea, but the question is not, is it the good idea, is the perfect idea, is it the good business, is it the perfect business? The question is it the best business for me, is it the most suitable business for me? And so there's a lot of link between surfer and entrepreneurs that makes sense together. This is one example, but I can give you a list of one. And I think I learned all my entrepreneurship main learnings by surfing, by making that kind of, okay, this experience, this things I lived in surf, in what I can link it to an entrepreneurship journey, and what is the learnings behind it.
And you talk about clairvoyance in French, which is kind of the equivalent of card reading or tarot, if you want. I guess we can also summarize it as gut instinct in entrepreneurship and finding great ideas with that gut. Now, how do you do that? You experiment constantly, and as the more you get product market fits, the better you get at finding it again and again and again. So you start at the cerebral level, crunch down all this information, then it gets to your heart also, because it's like, yeah, I'm fired up about this, and eventually it gets onto your gut. It's like instinct, and you know what works and what doesn't. How do you find a great idea and describe the type of ideas that you talk about?
It's a very good question, and it's actually what's one of the main things we are very good at with the quest is like finding the right project for the right person, a project that can be his life company, his life commitment, you know. And for this, I think there's two things. First, people based on their hard skill, soft skill, passion, etc., will have more facilities and more attraction to some industries, to some business, etc. So even if you never made any business, you can, like, by making your introspection, by thinking about what you love, what you're good at, how your friends, how you the people around you see you good as. It's also good to see this. Based on this, you can find business ideas and industry that can match with you and can be more easy for you to develop. After this, it's not because you know that you're good at programming that you will be good at making this SaaS of this kind of thing, fixing this issue with this solution. No, you have to experience, you have to make things, you have to build it, you have to ship it, you have to market it, because you have to learn by practicing, like you learn by surfing, and this you will create kind of reflex, and this reflex will help you maybe iterate on your current project, the first one or the third one, or maybe find a way to go on other project that makes sense, you know. So it's a question of first ability that you have based on your profile, based on your original passion, skills, etc., and second, practice and making thing actually, you know, just not thinking about making it.
You've been a nomad for quite a while as well. How did that help you become a better entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a good question too. I think like being nomad and being able to travel make you force you to be more open. And I think the being able to be open in business, in entrepreneurship is very important. You have to be open to other competitors, the market, your customers, etc. Even you have to be open to your relationship with your partners, with your business partners. It's like a couple at the end. So I think what's bring nomad life and travel life in general, it's being able to communicate, try to understand things that don't make sense at the first moment for you, try to go behind your security barriers. So everything that is related to travel and nomad life make you a more courageous and more open entrepreneur. And I think it's very two quality that entrepreneurs need to succeed, you know.
Fully agree. I'm seeing as well that you admire entrepreneurs like Peter Levels. What do you think about the guy? What do you think he's so successful and unique?
Yeah, I think like I like entrepreneurs who are focusing on trying to fix problem and being connected to real life. It means that there's a lot of entrepreneurs who want to have an impact, create big things, create revolutionary things, etc. But it's difficult to be connected to the reality of the market, of your product, of the feedback of your customers, and take the right decision based on this. And what I love with Peter, it's his ability to get with a bunch of ID, test it, ship it, and get feedback very quickly. And most importantly, take decision based on this and take wisdom decision based on this. If it's working fine, why I'm going to do another project? If it's working bad, let's iterate on the project. If it's working very bad after iteration, why I'm going to continue? And this kind of, we're going to say, self-analysis, you know, it's very like rare in entrepreneurship. And sometimes you need to have like co-founders to make you see this. And what I appreciate and I valorize with this guy is that he's alone, you know, basically. It's a solo builder, solo entrepreneur. And it's very difficult when you're alone to get this like wisdom of, okay, this is maybe for me, or this is not very good for the business, etc.
I see that you have a lot of co-founder in Quest, joined the quest.co.
Mhm.
Tell me about some of their stories and why they're such a good fit for you guys.
Yeah. So we have 5 co-founders, partners, and basically what is interesting is that we have like 5 similar characteristic. We are all ambitious. We are all like hard worker, tryharder. We are all like kind of talented in our magical zone, but in same times we are all different and like different things and are good on different things. And I think this is why it's making it work. It's because everyone have his skills, have his magical zone, and everyone have a position that leverage his skill, his magical zone. For example, one of my partner, Maxime, is the CEO of the secret company, The Quest, and his magical zone is around creating storytelling, creating a story behind a company, making a project being a very good movement, vision, making something around just a business project, making from an idea of a life project, a life business, and this is very valuable for our process of creating and finding the good people to make company with and finding the life projects from their history, from what they like, what they do, where they are good at. The skills of analyzing everything and from this creating the best kind of business for them, it's very rare. In other way, me, I'm more good at, okay, we have this idea, we need to go to market as fast as possible, focusing on this target, focusing on this strategy, and be data driven every week to see if we have a product market fit and if it's actually meet the market and meet the needs, or if it's not very like something we will win on. Another partner, Pierre Paris, is good at making companies scale. So we have something that works, we have something that validate the product market fit, but we need not to hire, we need not to have less cost. Everything that is related to scalability, it will be this partner that love this and is good at. And from this, you can see that making a company is very difficult. You have a lot of different steps. And our philosophy is that if you are good at one step, don't try to do the other step. Just do one step several times and ask your partners to do the other step they are good at. You will be more chance, you will get more chance to succeed. And this is why we have a higher return of investment, higher return of profitable business, because we are focusing on where we are good together, always challenging ourselves. And this is what makes the collaboration work.
So what are your top objectives this year? What do you want to accomplish?
So this year we launched the Quest cohorts of 2023. We are going to create 5 to 7 companies. First, my main goal is to have them find their product market fit, go to market. Sometimes people, dropout entrepreneurs with who we create company, are not very educated on the reality of market, on reality of entrepreneurs. It's more people who have strong conviction, strong interest, that people who are very good entrepreneurs, and our job is to make them to become a good entrepreneur. So my first commitment and my first mission is to do my job and to help them find their product market fit, help them create and learn from this kind of marketing stuff they have to do, help them go on the right decision. This is my first and foremost like vision and mission. And the other thing we are launching with the Quest is we are launching our own internal SaaS lab, because the Quest is a group and we need to create leverage between the different companies of the ecosystem. So we decided to create 100% internal SaaS for entrepreneurs that will benefit our ecosystem and that will be also distributed for other people.
That's pretty cool. And are you trying to build like a product market fit machine? Because me, I send a bunch of cold email. I test like a bunch of different offers to different markets, and I take notes and analyze these results. And product market fit's always a moving target, so I do it at scale, right? So I send, it's 100K emails per month to do that. Like, what's your master plan with this company? Like, what would you want to accomplish over a period of 10 years?
Mm-hmm. So With the quest, you mean, or with the project inside the quest?
Everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, do you have a master plan with that?
Yeah. So basically, first, every project have its own master plan, but after making a lot of companies and seeing a lot of companies, you can have some strategies that work for some business, some industry, some who are not working. So this is the kind of intuition you developed after making a lot of ventures, you know. So for example, making the marketing of an agency, B2B agency, will not be the same of making the marketing of a consumer mobile app. What I'm focused on is to identify very quickly what is your game and what is the good strategy and good master plan to do for your business. And this is the first thing you have to take into account, because there's a lot of resources, a lot of master plan that are like kind of the template for every kind of business, but this is not true. You know, every kind of business, every type of industry have its own rules, so you have to know them. You have to get inspired by your competitors, by the market, to go on the right decision. After this, what I like to do is three things. First, it's like before like going on the product market fit, even like going on the proof of concept, talking about the idea with some prospects by calling them, maybe in your contact, trying to fake it until you make it, even your idea, trying to make some, trying to leverage your audience, your community, your socials to announce it and to see the attraction, etc. So proof of concept is something that you can do before trying to do any product, trying to do any offer, you know. Product market fit, it will be more to see like if your product answer like the promise you did in the proof of concept, if the customers are already like going to stay in a product or going to have like a higher success rate and going to want to use and recommend the product, etc. And this same, I very recommend to ship as fast as possible MVP, something very like low, you know, be able to ship lights to iterate, because like you say, it's a process that you are going to iterate. There's no like, okay, I want to test this and I will be fixed on this. You have to test the different arguments, you have to test the different positioning, you have to test the different target, even sometimes, you know, iterate on it. And so you have to be open to be active in this process. You don't have to be, okay, my email are sent and I'm chill. You have to iterate, A/B testing, etc. You know. And the last thing is, regarding the quest, what we want to do is basically help people from 17 to 27 years old win time, because we are going to co-create company with people who are talented, who have strong connection, who have like a high learning curve. But what we bring to them behind the cash, behind the network, behind everything, it's the time, because we face too many things that they could face by if they did business alone. You know, if they are going to do a business alone, they're going to face a lot of change that we already know, we already did, and this is what make us very attractive, and what involve us in the process is making them time to create impacting things very quickly.
Right. It's a very cool mission that you have, and you're quite young into what you're starting. So I love the vibe and the project and everything that you're putting out there. So good job for that. Where can people find out more about you, Julian?
Awesome. Yeah, they can find about me on Twitter at my Julian Ivaldy handle, and on LinkedIn.
So my name is Charles Cormier. You have listened to another Founder Wisdom Podcast.com. And if you want to start scale, be invited to another pod, you can go to podbuyer.com.